24-10, the Seattle Seahawks had a not-so-merry Christmas Eve as they fall to the Kansas City Chiefs on the road as they are handed their fifth loss in the last 6 games. Tyler Jones here with you to recap a disappointing day for Seattle and to answer your questions using the hashtag Seahawks or Super Chatting to get on the show. Let's go over the numbers here for you as Kansas City gets the job done. Patrick Mahomes was 16 of 27 through the air, 224 yards and 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce, those 6 catches he had for 113 yards, a lot of those were late in the ball game. The Seahawks did a really good job through 3 quarters of containing Travis Kelce for the most part. Meanwhile, Geno Smith, 23 of 38, 200 yards, a touchdown, and interception. The interception he threw was in the end zone and just made absolutely no sense. Miscommunication all day. Geno Smith was just off. He was not himself today. He clearly missed Tyler Lockett in this performance. Kenneth Walker had a breakthrough day, 26 carries, 107 yards on the ground, the best performance that he's had in quite some time. A lot of those yards came late in the second half. Meanwhile, DK Metcalf, he did his part with 7 catches for 81 yards receiving, but the offense did not do what they needed to do of turning possessions from field goals into touchdowns. A lot of drives that were just left empty-handed. The Seahawks are handed their 8th loss of the year. They fall to 7-8. Meanwhile, Kansas City jumps up to 12-3 on the year. What's your one-word reaction to the Seahawks' performance today against Kansas City? Give me one word to describe this one for me. My one word would be just disappointing. I mean, just out of the gates, this Seahawks team looked lost. They looked like they didn't belong on the same field as the Kansas City Chiefs. And this wasn't even the best day from the Chiefs either, and yet the Seahawks got kicked around the way that they did. And personally, I don't even think Kansas City's defense is that great, but they sure shut down this Seahawks offense. Just a bad day all around. What's your one-word reaction? Let me know in the comment section below. Now time for the post-game mailbag using the hashtag Seahawks or Super Chatting here on the show. First one comes from Striker YouTube, hashtag Seahawks. I believe 2 main problems with this game were offensive coaching and Geno. The defense did its job. I mean, realistically, you hold the most talented quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes. I think he's the most talented. You hold him to 24 points, you should at least compete. Not even saying that you should win, but at least compete. And they didn't compete. The offense was just stale at times. Kenneth Walker ran the ball well. DK received the ball well. But Geno was just inconsistent. And this was not a great day for Geno Smith. It was one of his worst performances of the year. I would say that this was the worst performance of the year for the entire offense, for that matter. 10 points is just not going to win you football games in today's National Football League, especially when you're going up against a team like Kansas City here. It was unacceptable. I was very disappointed. If you told me that the Seahawks going in today were going to hold Kansas City to 24, I would have said, okay, well, should be interesting at least. It wasn't even that. This was a weird game where the Seahawks just did not look like they belonged. They did not look interested in this football game. Today's show is brought to you by Fetch. Fetch is a super easy-to-use and free app that lets you earn rewards on literally anything you buy. Scan any physical receipt or e-receipt, and you will earn points for your purchases. And the process only takes seconds. You don't have to worry about where the receipt is from or what's on it. So let me show you how simple it is. All you have to do is open up the Fetch app, press the orange camera button, and snap a photo of your receipt. Then hit submit, and you'll see that confetti pop showing that you've earned more reward points. It's a simple process. You can also click the e-receipt function to get rewarded for your Amazon purchases or online shopping by syncing your email account. You can then redeem those points for gift cards at Amazon, Starbucks, or any of the hundreds of retailers and restaurants available. Fetch is available for iPhone, Android. Use our link, chatsports.com/fetch. Enter the promo code chat and sign up for 5,000 points when you scan your first receipt. That's the equivalent of a free $5 gift card to get started. It's a free app, and the 5,000 bonus points is only for a limited time. So get started now. Chatsports.com/fetch. Enter the promo code chat. The link is also in the comments and the description of today's video. Invader Toxic writes, hashtag Seahawks, start Drew and get our second first-round pick better. No, we're not doing the tanking thing. This is way too far out in the process. You've been too competitive this long to use the T word tanking. Even if it's just 2 weeks to go, you play to win the game. To quote the great Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. No. Don't worry about that. Starting Drew Lock, look, Geno did not play good today, but if your answer is to turn to Drew Lock, I got a rude awakening for you. If you think that Drew Lock is going to have any better results than what we saw from Geno Smith, let me show you some oceanfront property in Chanute, Kansas. Okay? I mean, that's just not the solution here. I mean, Geno threw one pick, and it was a costly pick. But, I mean, the result, if you're going to throw Drew Lock out there, is probably 2 or 3 picks in a game like you saw today. As bad as what Geno Smith was, I think you throw Drew Lock out there in the same exact circumstance today, and it actually goes worse. Geno's a Pro Bowl quarterback. I like Geno. It wasn't his best day. You're not going to look your best in the National Football League every single week, but trying to act like Drew Lock is your solution, that doesn't do anybody any good. Red Bull Insider, RBI. I could use some Red Bull after that performance. This offseason, do you think the Seahawks get a quarterback? Potentially. All depends on how the draft plays out. You have 2 picks. The first one I would use on Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, and then potentially pick quarterback with that second first-round pick. We'll see. It is hard to say right now. We still have a ways to go in this. We haven't heard anything directly of a quarterback the Seahawks like or have their eyes on. But as of right now, it's just kind of we'll see. We'll take it one day at a time and figure things out from there as far as I'm concerned of bringing in another quarterback goes for this Seahawks team. Grade the Seahawks' performance against Kansas City. A, B, C, D, or F. I mean, I don't know how you don't give it a D or F, honestly. I mean, okay, they didn't get beat by 40. I guess that's why maybe you didn't give it an F and gave it a D instead. But this just wasn't a good day. No matter how you sliced it, it wasn't a good day. Grade it for me, A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section below. Let me know. Caleb writes, can we get an O-line in the draft? That offensive line looked awful. Did it not? I mean, as much as I criticize Geno, and rightfully so, it's not like he got much help, in all honesty, in what we witnessed from the rest of the crew. That interior in particular. I mean, your tackles are young. They still got a ways to go. But your interior of the offensive line is just not there. Needs wholesale change this offseason. You need new guards. You need a new center. I hope. I mean, you better get offensive linemen in this upcoming draft. For all that is holy, you need something there on those offensive line spots. Nonstop Seahawks coverage is right here on Seahawks Today, each and every day here on the channel. Subscribe now, and we had a great time on our watch party on Saturday. We're going to do watch parties throughout the rest of the regular season. We got our live shows, news and rumors segments. It's all in one place. This is the place to be. Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Subscribe now, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. Alan with a super chat. Come on, the offense needs to pick it up. Yeah. You could have said that again. You could have said that about 100 times today. Still didn't matter. The offense did not do its job. I was very disappointed that we didn't see more from that offensive group. Hopefully things get better. The Jets, it's going to be interesting next week. Jets are hard to figure out. I don't know who's going to play quarterback for the Jets next week for one. But we'll see. As always, you can follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live, talking about your Seattle Seahawks and those social media platforms. Hope you have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, and we will see you next time right here on Seahawks Today. So long.